Welcome to a video about logging foods in Easy Diet Diary. Please watch this video in full screen. Let's get started. First, to log a food from the food database, on the Diary tab, tap the plus icon under the meal you want to add foods to, or tap the meal and then tap the plus icon. Then in the search bar, begin typing the food name. From the list, tap the most appropriate food. Enter the amount and tap a measure from the list, then tap Add. You can then continue searching to add more foods for this meal. To return to the meal, tap the back arrow in the top corner, and to return to your diary, tap the back arrow again or tap Diary at the bottom of the screen. To add foods by scanning its barcode, on the Diary tab, tap the plus icon under the meal you want to add foods to. Then, tap the barcode icon in the top right corner of the screen. Hold the camera over the barcode, and when the food is registered, type an amount and tap a measure, then tap Add. You can then continue entering foods by scanning them. To log foods you have logged recently, on the Diary tab, tap the plus icon under the meal you want to add foods to, for example, breakfast. Then tap the Recent Meals tab. By default, the meal selected is the meal you chose to add foods to. If you want to add foods from a different recent meal, tap a different meal, for example, lunch. Then, tap the plus icons at the end of the food rows to add the previously selected serving size of the foods. To add a different amount than previously chosen, tap the food name and enter a different amount or measure and then tap Add. To log foods from your My Foods or My Recipes section, on the Diary tab, tap the plus icon under the meal you want to add foods to. Then, tap My Foods or My Recipes and add the relevant foods and recipes to the meal. You can either tap the plus icon next to the food or recipe to add one serving quickly, or tap the food or recipe name and enter an alternative amount and measure and then tap Add. Lastly, to add foods by copying foods from another day, navigate to the day you want to copy foods from by swiping left or right, tapping the arrows at the top right of the screen, or tapping the day name at the top of the screen and tapping a date. Then, on the meal you want to copy foods from, tap the ellipsis and tap Manage Meal Content, or tap the meal to open it. Then tap the edit icon located at the top right of the screen and tap the checkbox next to the meal name to select all, or tap one or more individual foods you wish to copy. Then tap the ellipsis icon in the top right corner and tap Copy Selected. Then tap the days and meals you wish to copy these foods to and tap Copy in the top right corner. These foods will then appear in the meals and days you copied them to and will remain in the day they originally were recorded. Note that there is also a Move Selected option, which will delete the selected foods from the day they were originally logged and move them to the days and meals you choose instead. This brings us to the end of the video about logging foods in Easy Diet Diary. For more video resources, please head to the Easy Diet Diary support site linked in the description. Thank you for watching.